I used to babysit a lot, and I had two much younger sisters that I often took care of. So when I had my first child, I was like, hand him over, I've got this. Anyone who's had children knows how silly and naive I was being. I was really unprepared for motherhood, primarily because I was so sure that I was prepared for motherhood. There is no job more constantly humbling than this one. Just as soon as you start to feel confident, your nursing 2-year-old screams out, "I want mom's boobs!" in the middle of a crowded restaurant. True story. Or you get the cops called to your house because your toddler was throwing such a monster fit, the neighbors got worried. True story. Or you get to a family party only to realize there's poo on your shirt just as you walk in the door. This one I'm not admitting to. But one of the aspects of motherhood that surprised me the most was how deeply, truly, and utterly I loved these little creatures. It was all-consuming, wonderful, terrifying, and many times in my case, it made me totally delusional. Much like that one last Justin Bieber fan who will not see reason. In my eyes, my sweet, precious babies could do no wrong. Which leads me to this confession. I thought my kid was cuter than yours. I thought he was probably smarter too, and definitely more charming and sweet-tempered. My little boy could run circles around your kid. Nothing against your kid, honest. It's just that my kid was spectacular. It was only a matter of time before one of my shaky home videos of him went viral on YouTube, before he was scouted by some Hollywood producer, before his teacher took me aside to whisper that he was really, truly special. The most extraordinary boy she'd ever met, and she just wanted me to know that. But then I got to know your kid. I conceded to myself that your kid was pretty cute too. Yes, maybe even very charming. And after that fit my kid threw during that one play date, maybe they were the same amount of sweet-tempered. It was after my first parent-teacher conference, when my firstborn son was in kindergarten, that things began to change. I didn't even realize it, but I'd been expecting, I don't know, more? Streamers, maybe? A confetti cannon? Perhaps a marching band or parade? A beaming teacher clapping her hands with excitement at the chance to talk about my child. I expected chirping birds and soft music in the background as she went through his file and showed me that he was brilliant by every measurable standard. None of that happened. But she did say he's very well behaved and just where he should be on his reading, though his penmanship could use some work. This was my first inkling, a nagging doubt, if you will, that maybe my opinion of my child was colored by my complete adoration of him. Could it be, I dared to wonder, that my child is a great kid, but not the greatest kid ever? At least not to anyone else but me? And was that okay? I really had to stop and think about it. And then I thought about your kid. Your kid is pretty adorable. You know I've always thought so. But when I thought about it objectively and not as a mother drunk on love, I realized that no, I mean seriously, your kid is really great. And that doesn't make my kid any less great. You know what happened next? Whoosh! This huge weight was lifted off my shoulders. Weird, right? I didn't even know a weight had been there. I'd been so worried, I think, endlessly comparing, endlessly keeping score. I didn't fully celebrate your child's successes because I was afraid they threatened my own kid's chance for success. As if there was only so much to go around, as if only one child on the block could be potty trained by two, and only that child would eventually get into Harvard. I was subconsciously measuring my child and myself against everyone around me, trying to see if I was doing it right, if I fit in, believing that my child was a reflection of me. And if he was successful, that meant I was successful. And if he was the best, that meant I was the best. But my little boy is not a reflection of me. He is his own person, his own little growing person, and I am here for assistance only. Assistance and hugs, but not for credit. We all read the mom blogs and the advice articles and the pediatric recommendations. We've all heard 1,000 theories on what it means to be a good mom. We all know that when it comes to motherhood, advice is endless, guilt is bottomless, and true non-judgmental support is as rare as a well-written Justin Bieber song. So I apologize, mom friends, for all my secret judging. Know that it was born from blind love and insecurity. Know that I've probably learned my lesson. Know that you've probably done some judging too. Every mom is a hot mess in her own special way. Every child is a miracle. So here is where I resolve to judge less, love more, and laugh off the difference. I hope you'll join me in this endeavor. Then maybe our kids could get a group discount when they all end up in therapy.